So I was talking to a friend of mine today, and they asked me, because I brought up in a conversation about a second mortgage, and they were like, I've heard of that, but what is that exactly? So just in case you're not familiar with it, I want to take a few moments to tell you about what a second mortgage actually is. And if you don't already know who I am, my name is Kim McBride, also known as Get Keys with Kim, licensed in Maryland, D.C., Virginia, Pennsylvania, and the Dominican Republic. So let's get started. A second mortgage is another loan that's taken out on your home on top of your first mortgage, which is usually known as your primary mortgage. The purpose of the second mortgage is to use your home as collateral to give you money or equity out of the property. If you've watched any of my videos in the past, I discuss that. We talk about home equity, but most importantly, we've also discussed HELOCs or home equity lines of credit. It's actually called a second mortgage because it's in the second position behind your first mortgage. So your first mortgage must get paid first and then your second mortgage. This is especially true in cases of foreclosure. God forbid the home that you own is foreclosed on. Being a second mortgage means that the first mortgage needs to be paid off first. So any debts that you have, any money that you make from that house, first mortgage needs to be paid first, and then the second mortgage can be paid. It kind of tells you what position and what order those home loans must be paid off. Now, there are two types of second mortgages, and I've already shared one. One is a home equity line, and the other is a home equity line of credit, also known as a HELOC. A home equity loan is a lump sum of money with a fixed interest rate and a monthly payment. Whereas a home equity line of credit is more like a credit card. So you use whatever you need, and it usually has a variable rate. So you can use it, pay it off, use it, and then pay it off. Usually the use of these home equity lines of credit or home equity loans, they're usually for major life events. Sometimes they're for emergencies or to pay for education, for major repairs to the house or debt consolidation. There is no requirement that says it has to be used for that, but most people only pull out equity out of their home in cases of emergency. And this is oftentimes used, like the line of credit or the home equity loan in general, like that lump sum. That's most times used instead of refinancing, because when you refinance, you actually have to change the terms of your loan. So on one hand, it gives you access to large amounts of money. Usually the interest rates are not as high as what you would see on like a credit card. And if you're using the money for home improvement, it can actually increase your property value. On the other hand, you're putting your home at risk. So if for some reason you cannot pay this money back, you could lose your home to foreclosure. And in case you weren't aware, these payments are on top of your primary payment, which is for your mortgage. So you are still responsible for your monthly mortgage payment, but when you take out a home equity line of credit or a home equity loan, that's another payment on top of your monthly payment. And not to mention, the rates may be higher than what they were for your first mortgage. Usually your first mortgage, I don't even want to say what it is because it really just depends on what's going on in the economy. But with a HELOC, for example, because it's a variable rate, that interest rate is going to change over time. It is usually not fixed. So if managed responsibly, a second mortgage really is not a bad thing, but it is not for everyone. If you're interested in getting more information about home equity lines of credit, home equity loans, refinancing, just wanting to know like your financial snapshot, let me know and I will connect you with an amazing financial advisor and mortgage broker. Until then, make sure you do something nice for someone else. Come back, like, share, follow, comment, and of course, make it a great day on purpose. And then get keys with Kim. Deuces.